Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. A viewer question in here, JafoPTY, that's a YouTube username, and they say, any recommendation for the D5500 first lens? So Nikon D5500 wants to know recommendation for a first lens. I'm going to make a big assumption here. I'm going to assume that you already have a kit lens with it, whether that's an 18 to 55, whether that's the 18 to 105, the 18 to 140, whatever kit lens came with your D55. I'm going to assume you already have, a normal zoom or a slightly super zoom. So I'm going to assume that right there. Now, because you haven't given me information what you would shoot with, the normal thing I recommend to just about anybody, I recommend this to my students when I teach, is if you have a kit lens, one of the first lenses I recommend you get on the Canon or Nikon side. So in the Nikon side, in this situation, is a 50 f1.8. And because it's a D5500 and you don't have a built-in motor drive, you need the AFS lens. So you get the Nikon 50mm f1.8G AFS. So that's going to give you a very, very sharp, one of the sharpest lenses in the entire Nikon lens arsenal. If not the sharpest, definitely the top 2 or 3. So at that price, at around a couple $100, even less, I think they're on sale right now for under $200. I'll put a link below. You can check them out on Amazon. So you're going to get not only a super sharp lens, a very good performing lens, very nice bokeh characteristics. You're also going to get a fast lens. We mean f1.8 light gathering ability. So that would be my number one recommendation. The 50s are my favorite because they become a field of view of about 75 on an APS-C body like the D5500 on a DX body. So very close to a portrait lens, the traditional 85mm. So I like 50s on DX or APS-C bodies for that reason. So that's what I would recommend. Secondary to that, some folks might say to get the 35 f1.8 DX, which is also a great bargain. And it's just a question of what's your preference of field of view. That's a very fast lens, very sharp. It's wider. So it's probably approximately an actual 50 field of view on a DX body. I prefer the 50mm lens, which gives us a 75. Some people like the 35, which gives us a 50. But it's a good secondary option. The other thing is, if you're, depending on what you're doing with your camera, if you want something more of an event lens, then I will go with the Sigma 17 to 50mm f2.8 OS. You can get those used for around $3 or less. You can get a new one for not much more than that. So it's a great constant aperture f2.8, image stabilized, standard zoom. It's great for doing event work, if you're shooting weddings, if you're doing corporate events, whatever. Just a great all-around lens. So those are the top 3 lenses I would recommend if you already have a kit lens. Actually, regardless of if you do, I would recommend one of those 2 primes and the Sigma. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Are those the lenses you would recommend, maybe in that order, or is there something else you would recommend? Let me know in the comments below. Let's help out JafoPTY with his purchasing decision here for next lens. And thanks for your question. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.